Hey there, and welcome back to Shadows of History. Ancient Rome wasn't just about togas and gladiators. It was also a place where the rich ate some of the strangest foods imaginable. And yes, sometimes that included mice. In today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at some of the weirdest dishes served at Roman banquets. The year is 134 AD. You are a Roman senator with more money than you know what to do with. You decide to throw an extravagant dinner party in your mansion. The menu you have planned includes peacock, flamingo, nightingale, and dormouse. Oh yeah, you don't serve just any old dormouse either. You only serve the fattest, juiciest ones that can be found in the Tiber River. You know, the same river where people bathe and where the sewage flows. You pull your pet cat away from its food just in time to be served as an appetizer. With a little salt and pepper, of course, you toss a few handfuls of mice into the mix, being careful not to touch them too much because you've already lost an index finger in a recent chariot accident. The guests arrive and are seated on golden chairs around a table inlaid with ivory and silver. On their plates are some grapes, figs and dates, along with slices of bread and cheese. Soon enough, it's dinner time. You watch as your slave brings out a roasted peacock, a dish fit for an emperor. But wait, there's more. Your guests will also enjoy a boiled peacock, a fricasseed peacock, a peacock in a pastry, a peacock pie, barbecued peacock, peacock liver, and even peacock testicles. And if that wasn't enough, your guests will also get to enjoy some dormice stuffed with peacock testicles. They will eat them all with their fingers while your slave slowly strums a lyre and sings a mournful song about a lost love. It was totally worth the money, except maybe not. While today's episode may seem a bit silly, the foods mentioned aren't that far off from actual Roman cuisine. In fact, dormice were eaten in ancient Rome. Their season lasted from September to January, and they could be bought dried or preserved in honey. Some were even fattened up on purpose by keeping them in wicker baskets and feeding them milk. Mice were often served whole, roasted or stewed, sometimes with wine or vinegar. They were considered a delicacy. But why? Well, the reason is pretty simple. In a time before modern medicine, people believed that eating certain animals could cure illnesses or help prevent certain diseases. Dormice, you see, were believed to be a cure for epilepsy. Not only did people eat them, but they ground dormouse bones into powder and mixed that into their drinks. And mice were seen as a treatment for toothaches. People would either boil them or roast them whole and then eat them. Sometimes the fat from the cooked mouse was used to anoint painful gums. Of course, ancient Romans weren't stupid. They knew that mice could carry diseases and cause illness just as they do today. You can actually find instructions in a Roman cookbook on how to properly clean and prepare field mice to reduce the chance of illness. These mice were typically braised or stewed for a very long time. Now, while mice may seem like a bit of a gross ingredient today, they weren't the only strange thing on the Roman menu. They shared this table with a number of other unusual ingredients, including poisonous toads, which were believed to treat eye ailments, and the aforementioned cat, whose presence may have been a bit unnerving for the guests. Cats were valued in ancient Rome, often kept as pets and even mummified after they died. In fact, one cat mummy was found in an ancient Roman tomb with an inscription that read, "Resurrected to cat, guardian of the underworld." However, cats were occasionally eaten, especially during times of famine. During the Great Plague of Athens, the historian Plutarch wrote that people were so desperate they were eating their cats and dogs. Don't worry, though. As disgusting as these foods might seem, none of them were served in taverns or eateries. This stuff was only for the rich. For everyone else, there was regular old pork, beef, and poultry. Still, you can bet that after hearing about this, you won't be ordering the special at the tavern anytime soon. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. Also, big thank you to my supporters. Be sure to check out my social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun stuff. See you next time. Bye.